forget mooching off of your neighbor's Wi-Fi. Now anybody can track connections just by taking a cruise down the street. When a person with dyslexia tries to read, words typically move or float around, but as soon as a right lens is flipped on, the movement stops. Okay, so this is all actually for charity. Here's the most important part. Last year, $50,000 was raised by participants doing exactly what I'm doing now by going through these tunnels, and here I go. Today the volunteers are focusing on the roof, but it's just a matter of days until the full house will be completely finished. There are websites that allow you to compare prices and make sure you've got the best deal of the day. Pricegrabber.com, for example. It organizes it by categories right over here. Prescription pills are especially popular with adolescents who take advantage of how easily available these pills are to them. So this is what they call an ambassador tarantula. So this little guy is kind of almost used to this, and he's trained. But here's the thing, these are abundant here in Bakersfield, in Northwest to be exact. He's so fuzzy, you can just kind of feel him, very soft. It takes an average garage about 16 seconds to close, but it only takes someone a couple of seconds to sneak into your garage. There have been 3 accidents in the last 3 months, the latest one happening right behind me on Ash Road. All of them have been deadly, and all of them caused by street racers, and no one hesitates to say that it's a big problem for Bakersfield.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday weekend, people have been driving really fast.
I even seen like a Honda Civic, like going like zoom.
First was the accident on Gosford Road in the southwest, then another in the northeast on Oswell, and 2 more back in the southwest on Harris and now Ash Road. All deadly and because of street racing.
That's just a fascination. People want to, drive fast cars. It's, there's some excitement. It's fun.
For the second time this month, Bakersfield police hit the streets in a street racing sting.
We're just out kind of looking for locations that people have been calling in complaining that these are locations where they are congregating. So we're going out and initially looking at those locations.
In this weekend's bust, officers cited 62 drivers, and more than 24 cars were found to have illegal modifications.
So when you're looking, like this chrome pipe right there that leads to that air filter that's exposed, that's like your immediate telltale sign, if you will, that something's going on in here.
And with how successful both of the stings have been this month, the police department says they will continue keeping the racers on their toes.
We're able and willing to adapt to whatever comes up based on drivers change what they're doing. We're going to enforce this all the time.
Almost every day, these guys come together to bounce and flip. And although they're flying high, they aren't doing it on a trampoline. Instead, on this 2-inch tension cord.
Feels like I'm just flying. It's a great release from stress, and you're just kind of in your own world when you're on the line.
It is called trick lining, a new sport that came from traditional rope walking. And these guys, coming from all walks of life and ages, take it to the extreme.
Ever since I tried, I just kept going back, kept trying it until I finally got to where I can walk on the line. And then eventually more people came and tried it, and we grew.
But slacklining is more than just a hobby for these guys. They travel all over America to do tricks on the line.
We're kind of the largest group that goes there as a group. And I mean, it's really fun to be able to go there and hang out with all these people.
They know that they are walking a fine line between relieving stress and getting hurt.
You're bouncing about 4 or 5 feet above the ground, and if you fall on your head, it's going to hurt.
But they say what they get out of the experience outweighs the bumps and bruises.
Sweet. Everyone now has become kind of like a family, and pretty much see everyone every day. And
It's really nice. We can actually have some physical activity instead of being away in a dark room playing video games all day.
And you better believe their after-school activity attracts plenty of attention from others.
Some of them don't know what it is, but if they know what it is, like, yeah, I want to see you come out.
At the end of the day, the moon may be rising and the sun nearly setting, but to this group, how you feel on the slack line never changes.
greatest feeling alive.
You wipe and flush never to see it again. But what you think is gone for good is popping up on the other side of town.
There's no safe brand for disposables. None of them break down.
Unlike like toilet paper that disintegrates, the wipes that are advertised to be flushable stay in one piece, causing major issues for the city's sewer systems.
When they get flushed, they just bind up, and when they get to the lift station, they just clog up our pumps, just getting a big old ball.
Even after being in a sewer system for up to a week, the wipes are still very hard to pull apart.
Crews have to turn around and just cut the stuff off. You can't just pull it, you have to cut it with a knife, pull with the pliers and stuff in order to get this loose from the pumps.
But more than just leaving the septic crews wiped out, the still intact wipes also cause a risk to your home.
You can end up having houses get backflow damage because the lift station will come up inside their houses and actually spill out in there.
A big dirty problem that has an easy solution.
Don't flush them in the toilet. Have a trash can next to the toilet or something and drop them in there.
A simple act that will still keep you clean while unclogging city pipes. In Bakersfield, Kristina Zverjako, 23 ABC.